Have you been learning all of the strategies and tactics to grow your business? But it seems like no matter what you learn or how much of it you learn, you still find yourself in a space of feeling stuck. You kind of think that you're making some progress, you think you're making some gains, but then weeks and maybe even months go by and you find yourself still producing the same kind of results and feeling as though something inside of you is missing or something that you're doing just isn't the right thing. So you're wondering, well, what is it really going to take for me to get my business to finally work? Well, stick around because in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 ways that you can get yourself unstuck and get your business to work. It's not going to require you to learn any new strategies. And in fact, it's actually going to help the strategies you already know how to do just work better for you and help you get in a state of momentum. Now, what I want to say about these 4 ways is that they seem basic. They seem like, oh, I already know that already. But here's the thing. Oftentimes, when we say we know something or something seems basic, what that means is we understand it on a conceptual level. We have a knowing of it, but it doesn't mean that it's something that we are putting into practice. And so it's the foundations that we tend to miss, and we try to layer on all of these strategies inside of our business, but we're layering on strategies without any solid foundation. And so I don't want you to take a look at these 4 ways as I tell them to you and go, oh, I know that that's basic. I want you to really listen to what I'm saying, because this literally is the foundation for not just how your business operates, but for how you operate. And when you're building a business and a personal brand, although there is a structure and a strategy to business, we have to keep in mind as humans behind the business, we have a structure and strategy too. So we have to make sure that we are operating in an optimal way, so that way we can optimize the actions and strategies in our business that we are learning. So here's the cool thing about these 4 ways. They're going to work for you whether you're just getting started in your business or you're already making money inside of your business, but you're wondering, well, why am I not making more money? And why are my efforts not matching my results? Because you've got some results, but they're just not matching up. So these 4 ways work whether you are just getting started or you are on your journey. Because we can never have enough of these basics and honestly tightening up our foundation to make sure that it's truly solid. So the first thing is watch your words. Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life is in the power of the tongue. So that means that every time you speak, you are either giving life to your vision or you are giving death to your vision. And not only that, the strategies that you are using. So let's say you've learned a strategy inside of your business and you're like, yes, I'm going to go do this. But the words that you're saying out of your mouth is still, well, I don't know if this is going to work. Maybe you decided you're going to do it for a day, but yet now you're doubting it with your words. Or you're going to say, well, I'm just going to see how this goes. Well, you're killing the strategy before you've even implemented it long enough to be able to see results and see results consistently. And so I want you to take an audit of the words that you say, because everything that we say, we are anchoring a belief. And what we believe is how we end up producing the results in our business, because beliefs drive our actions. And so if we've learned this strategy and we kind of feel gung-ho about it, our emotions feel gung-ho, we're excited, but yet we're taking the action and then we're still doubting it with our words, saying, well, I don't know if this is going to work. That means that we've now initiated a belief system of, I don't think this can work, which means the action that we take, the energy behind that action is a little dull, if you will. It's not good. We're not really meeting the action with like, yay. It's like, just imagine like you're going to throw a punch, right? If you know you're going to knock somebody out, what are you going to do? You're going to really jab at them. But if you don't expect to really knock them out, you're just going to have a little puny punch. So this is what I mean when I say words drive the belief system, which then drives the action and drives the result. So audit your words. And I can tell you the word you want to eliminate from your vocabulary, if there's anything, is trying. The word I am trying. trying automatically creates a backdoor in your brain to escape. Can you imagine walking into a house and you're trying to figure some things out and you're like, all right, I'm gonna put this here, I'm gonna put this here. And the moment something feels too hard, what are you looking to do? You're looking to escape. So you're looking for relief. And that's where that back door of I'm trying comes in. So let's say you did take action on a new strategy that you learned. Well, it's going to be okay for it not to work because you said, well, I'm trying. And this is how we start to make ourselves believe like we're really taking the action. But in all actuality, we're not taking the action because we're trying. So our effort and our attempt really isn't full speed, or it doesn't really have our full energy or our full capacity behind it. So you definitely want to audit the words. Trying is one. Another one is should. Well, I should do this or I should do that. Either you are or you aren't. And this is why it's so important to audit the words, because you're going to start to notice where you're letting yourself off the hook, where you're letting yourself not hold to a standard that you have said you wanted to live by. And if you've decided to build a business, then that means that you're living to a standard that is going to produce the results, which means we need to have discipline. We need to have all these things. But if our words are speaking against us, now we are speaking death upon our vision. So I took notes because you all know I just get on a tangent and I want to make sure I hit home on these points. Here's the other interesting thing about this. If you have a distraction, we are going to get so caught up with our distraction, thinking that our distractions are effort. So for example, let's say you're scrolling social media because you're looking for content ideas. The truth is that is a distraction. And you're making yourself believe that you are taking action and that you are trying. So I want you to see how all of this plays into each other. When we're trying, when we don't have words that really adding life to our vision, then we are not taking the appropriate actions. So second thing, number 2, lead a mission. Don't just sell stuff. I think right now there are a lot of people looking at others online and saying to themselves, oh, it's easy to create content. I can just post about what I'm selling. I can just post about the thing that I'm working on and then I'm going to sell it later. And although it is easy to create content, people believe that it is now easy to create money or to make money. But the truth is, we have to be able to have enough equity to build an audience that deserves a know, like, and trust factor that they then want to buy something from us. We have to put out real estate into the marketplace, a good equity of here's the value that I am providing to deserve the right for someone to buy from me. And so when we are just on there to sell stuff, that's really what makes people feel icky and salesy. So what do we tend to do when we're just there to sell stuff? We end up really hiding. We're not really talking about what it is we're doing or how we can really help people. We're just there to sell stuff. And so that really changes the energy in how people view you. It changes the energy, honestly, in how you view yourself. Because how you view you is how others view you. People don't see you the way they see you. They see you the way you see you. So if you ever decide that you're going to show up online and you're just going to sell something and you're going to try to make it look genuine or try to be, with integrity when you show up, the audience can feel that. And it's not to say, I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying you're scamming people. I'm not saying any of that. I am saying, though, that there are times where we're showing up online and it's about me, like me, buy my stuff. But what we haven't done is we haven't shown the market why they should be buying from us in the first place. This is why I say it's so imperative to lead a mission. When you are leading a mission, it is a much different energy. You care about the thing that you are selling because there's a mission backed by it. There's a message that is backed by the thing you sell. And so essentially what you're leading with in the marketplace is your mission, and the products that you have are there to support that mission, not the other way around. And I think this is such a mindset shift for a lot of people, because when you're just there to sell stuff, can make you come off desperate for a sale, can make you come off like, oh, I need this sale to happen in order to make yourself feel good. And when that's the case, you're actually going to repel people from you. People are not going to want to buy from you because you need them to buy from you. You need that sale to happen. And that's the energy that you feel. But when you lead a mission, you are rooted in something so much bigger than yourself. You're rooted in something so much bigger than just the product you sell or the product you want people to buy from you. It feels connected to something that is of true purpose and meaning. So I think it's really important that you understand it's fine to sell stuff, right? It's fine to sell stuff, of course. However, it's the energy behind how you sell that really makes the difference. Here's something cool about the word mission. I've been really interested in words and understanding the root meaning of them. But the word mission actually is from the English root called mit. And that comes from a Latin word which means to send, which I think is really neat because that means that we were sent here. God the Creator made us. We were sent here. And our job of being sent here is to now send out a message. And that is rooted in the mission. I thought that was really neat. Here's the other interesting thing about when you lead a mission. Leading a mission means that you're building a personal brand, not just something you sell. And these are the people and the businesses that make money consistently over time, not just make money here or there or once or twice. People who are leading missions have such a strong message that even when the money isn't coming in, because business, I don't want to say business is hard. Business is actually very simple. We as humans is what makes it hard. We're always trying to make something more complex than it really is. We have all these thoughts and these feelings, and we're basically unlearning and undoing all of our programming from the school system, societal system, cultural system, all of that. And so it's the unlearning process that makes business feel hard. But the truth is, business is actually quite simple. So when we are leading this mission and the money isn't coming in because we're making it all difficult, it really allows us to stick it through. Because too many people are quitting when they're not seeing the money. Too many people are not staying the course. And it's like you're 3 feet from gold, but you don't keep digging because you got tired out because the money wasn't coming in. And so if you're treating your business as a means to an end, it's hard. It's hard to keep going when that money's not coming in sometimes, unless it's rooted in something else bigger. So I always encourage my clients or anyone I talk to, make sure that this is rooted in a mission. And so that's one of the first things we actually look at is, okay, here's what we know we want to sell. What is the mission and the message behind it? And how are we going to build your personal brand around it? Because the cool thing about a personal brand is it's not the product you sell. You're building it around your ideas, your thoughts, your perspectives. And yes, you might sell this thing in 2024, but you might sell something else in 2025. And this is actually why you see a lot of celebrities being able to come out with cologne and hair products and all kinds of stuff like face masks. Why are they doing that? Because they have a brand, not necessarily because the product might not even be great. I don't know. It could be the best thing, but it doesn't matter. It's the fact that they built a brand. It's the fact that people got bought into how they think. They got bought into who they are. They feel like they're a part of their lifestyle, right? And so when we are bought into someone, we know, like, and trust them. Now we want to buy whatever it is they have, whether that is your coaching, your services, or maybe you want to partner with a brand that is in your niche. Well, they can buy that too if you're building a personal brand and people are understanding how you think, how you operate, what your values are. Okay, really important. All right, number 3, get in the right environment. If you are seriously wanting to leave your 9 to 5, replace your income and then some, and create a business, an online business that completely sustains you, it is imperative that you get into an environment that fosters that. Because if you don't, then your words that you need to be mindful of become toxic because you're picking up the words of the people around you. The statement that you are the average of the 5 people you spend your time with is not just some cutesy statement. It is a true statement. The thing is that we're not practicing as if that's true. That's why I say these 4 ways, and I know we're just on number 3, but these 4 ways, they seem basic. But the truth is this is the foundation. This is the stuff that matters when we layer strategy on top of it. So getting in the right environment and understanding that when you have other people around you going in the same direction, you start to feel more empowered. You start to feel stronger internally because you start to see other people moving to the same beat, moving to different words, more people moving with more intention. And when I say different words, I mean they've released words like trying or I should or words like struggling. They've released those words. And so they're moving to different words like this is happening. I'm getting this done. We're doing it. I'm intentional. I'm building momentum. They're moving to a different beat. But if you're still over here in this environment with the people that are complaining and not doing anything different about their situation, you're going to start to feel bad as if, well, I don't want to leave these people behind. But then you're like, well, I want to do this. And you're going to put yourself in a tug of war because you're not going to want to leave where you came from. One of my favorite phrases to say is, and this is something I've gone through too, just having to, I don't want to say leave friendships, but they just kind of gradually dissolved. But one of my favorite phrases I started saying to myself that allowed me to get through some of this was, I understand where you are. I'm just not there anymore. And the reason why I love that phrase is because there's no judgment. There's no judgment whatsoever. Everybody is on their own journey. I'm choosing mine, you're choosing yours, they're choosing theirs. And that's exactly it. Everybody gets to choose. Some people decide and some people choose. And the difference between a decision and a choice is when you decide something, you cut yourself off from any other possibility. When you choose means to pick one. It means, well, I got this option or this option, so I'm going to choose this today, but then I get to choose this tomorrow. Do I want to go to the gym today, or do I want to continue to eat cookies all the time? It's like, well, can I have both? I mean, it depends on what you want, right? We got to put in some forth effort. We have to decide the new lifestyle we're living. We have to decide that this business is working. We have to decide that we're going to do whatever it takes. We have to decide. We can't choose to do it today and not do it tomorrow. We can't choose to do it sometimes, but not do it all the time. Because here's the thing, you will show up to your job even when you don't feel good. You will show up to your job when you know you probably should have stayed home, but it's like, oh, I'm going to let everybody down. All my patients are going to be canceled. Why don't you just not go? Why did you decide not to stay home? How come you can show up for your job even when you don't feel good, but you can't create the piece of content or you can't do the things that you need to do, reaching out to talk to new people, to network and meet new people on social media or go to a networking event in person, right? Why does it feel so difficult to do that for you? But yet it's so easy to do that for a job. So this is why having the right environment is so important. You know, I was drinking a smoothie the other day and I got my NutriBullet, I got my spinach and all my stuff in there. And after I made it, you know, the NutriBullet, you can drink it out of that plastic cup. But here's what I find interesting. I purposely pour it into my mason jar because I like the aesthetic of my mason jar. Plus, I'm, you know, have ways of eliminating plastic and things like that. I don't want to drink out of the cup, but I like to pour it into my mason jar because I like the aesthetics. I like the environment of my smoothie being in that jar more than anything else. Why do we feel good when we're at the beach versus being at a job? Environment. Environment matters. Why do we like our spaces to be clean? Why do I like my desk to be clean? Environment. Environment plays a huge role in how we operate because environment will change your words. Environment will help foster the mission. And it's what allows you to start seeing success with the strategies that you already have. And then the last thing, the fourth thing, and it's not number 4 because it's the least important. It actually should be number 1 because in my opinion, it is the most important. I just wanted y'all to have the best for last. But It's gaining spiritual wisdom. I personally had to understand who God is as our creator. When creators create things, we never create them to malfunction. We don't create them to not work. We don't create them with bugs in it intentionally. We create them to be good. We create them to do its job. We create them for a purpose. And so whenever you have a limiting thought or a limiting belief inside of your head, you should know that that is not God's voice. You should know that that is not your creator's voice. That is your own thought, the thought of society, the thought of the school system. That is someone else's thought. And that is the thought that you've been replaying in your mind. And I cannot tell you how important this is, because if you have learned a new strategy in your business, but yet you are still hiding because you don't want anybody to see you online, or you want some spotlight, but not a lot of spotlight. You want to maybe put your toe in the water, but not. When you're doing that, you're not believing who God says you are. You're believing in your own limitations more than you're believing what God says about you. And this is what gets a lot of us in trouble. It's because we let those voices, we let those words keep us stuck. And so gaining spiritual wisdom allows us to fine-tune the words that we say to ourselves, because we're going to use God's words for us, not our words for us. His words are better than our words. We're going to also be able to deeply understand the assignment that we're here for, the mission that we're leading, and improve our skill sets, improve our emotional intelligence, our mental focus, so that we can take on the responsibility of fulfilling the assignment that he put us here for. And when we gain spiritual wisdom, we're also going to be able to be in environments that foster us, because he's going to put us there. So I know I left this to be the last one, but I'm telling you, this is the most important one. And if you can get this one right, all the other ones start to fall in place. Because it is through wisdom that we gain knowledge, and through knowledge, we can start taking better actions. We need to be able to gain these levels of insight, because right now there is so much noise in the marketplace. We need to ensure that our compass is aligned with God's compass in our business and where he wants our mission to be fulfilled. Not the world's compass, not what some other coach told you compass. When I work with my clients, I don't tell them what to do. There's an aspect of consulting, sure. But the truth is this is about pulling out your own wisdom that God has already downloaded, using the word of God, using your skill sets, using your purpose, and creating your message and crafting your message around that. And this is why building a brand will take you far, because you become a representation of the mission, which then you can sell any kind of products you want. And I truly believe that's what we are here to do. We're here to lead something, not just sell something. And that's why a lot of people are getting stuck. It's because you are just trying to sell something. But if you apply these 4 ways that I just shared with you, I promise you your business will change. I promise you your business will take shape in a way that you didn't realize it could take shape. It's not always about the new hottest strategy. I guarantee you already know something that you can take action on, or you're already in the right direction, but you haven't applied these 4 ways. You're saying that you know them conceptually, but you are not grounded and rooted in them and practicing them. I trust this video has helped you. What way are you going to implement first? Drop it in the comments. I would love to know, and I will see you all in another video. Bye.